Hi everybody, this is the Prospect Hunt, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion. Your host, the Hunt. Welcome back to the Prospect Hunt. Hope you like this video. Hit that subscribe button. So as we wait to watch the NLDS continue on with the New York Mets versus the Phillies, there are some rumors coming out, popping up. This is a rumor about Mets third base prospect, Brett Baty. Now, as you know, Baty finished the year in AAA. Was given the chance be the everyday third baseman. It just didn't work out. He struggled to hit. His defense was much improved from what it was last year, but he really struggled offensively. And eventually, he had an injury. He is on the taxi squad for the Mets, so if there is an injury to somebody on the current roster, he will be one of the first players that they will use in postseason. But he's going to get moved, I believe, just due to the fact that, one, the Mets are going to have a real glut of infielders coming up next year. That includes Jed Williams. Of course, we got Ronnie Mauricio returning. Luis Angel Acuna has really excelled and really looked good in the short amount of time in the major leagues. So there's going to be a glut. And Baty has taken a step back as a prospect. And, of course, can't forget about Mark Vientos ensconced at third. And being not only an everyday player, but an excellent player, but probably a cornerstone of this franchise at very early. Don't get too worked about it. But he has gotten big hits, and he's played really well. He's been given the chance to play every day for the Mets. One of the many factors why the Mets are in the postseason right now. But he is from SI.com. Now, your host read this article the other day about all these different players. This player popped up. I was surprised. Headline, New York Mets former top prospect called a fit for an American League club. This AL club would make sense the landing spot at the Mets. The Mets decided to trade this former top prospect in the offseason. With the rise of third baseman Mark Vientos in 2024, New York Mets may have the flexibility to trade one of their former top prospects in the offseason. As you know, he had a big home run in Game 2 that tied the game up in the ninth inning for the Mets against the Phillies on the road. So he's gotten a tremendous amount of hits. He's had a very good series in the two games. We'll see how he plays on Wednesday and, of course, Thursday. And we'll see if the series continues on Friday. But he has done an excellent job, like I said. Tim Kelly, the Bleacher Report, called third baseman Brett Baty a fit for the Los Angeles Angels, a team in a rebuilding stage after a 63-99 campaign. The Angels still have 12-year veteran Anthony Rendon. They should get rid of him. Just void the contract, get him out of there on the roster, but he has been a major disappointment. He hasn't played more than 58 games in a season since 2019 when he was with the Washington Nationals. He's hit this year 218, a 307 on base percentage, 267 slugging percentage with no home runs, and 14 RBIs and 206 at bats this past year. He is still under contract through 26, but it's clear that his days as a starter are behind him. Now, like I said, the Angels should get rid of him. If you got 2 more years on the contract, get him out of there. He's what you would call a cancer. He has stated in many interviews that he does not like the game of baseball, that he considers it a job. Well, if he considers it a job, then you can lay him off, you can get him out of there. I don't think too many teams would want a guy like this, and he has not played well in a long time now. Not really since 2019 when he was with the Nationals. So the fact that he has played so poorly, what team in their right mind would want him? But the Angels should look to get rid of him. But anyway, Baty is still just 24 years old, and the 2019 first-round draft pick won't reach arbitration until 26. So he's under team control for 4 more years. However, teams including the Marlins showed interest in Baty at the trade deadline this year, according to Mike Puma of the New York Post. However, the Mets never got close to dealing Baty, according to Puma. If they do opt to trade him, it would make sense to find a partner outside the NL East. Why? They said, I read the article. The article is basically, he could burn the Mets. Let me tell you something, folks. In my view, I don't think he would burn the Mets, to be honest with you. I don't think he would burn the Mets. That's just my own opinion on what I've seen from the player. Baty was the Mets' number 2 ranked prospect in their farm system back in 22. The lefty hitter made his major league debut on August 17, 22, and has shown promise across several stints in the big leagues. He also has a career in 889 OPS in the minor leagues. but for the second straight season, Beatty was sent down to the minors after struggling offensively. Vientos came up to replace him at the hot corner in late May and has seized the opportunity. Like I said, he's done amazingly well. If this was a full season, he'd have over 40 home runs, way over 100 RBIs. The Mets are not giving up on Beatty given his ceiling, but he could be a trade candidate in the near future. If Vientos sticks at third base in the long term, I think Vientos could get better at third base. Defensively, his biggest issues isn't his arm. It's his footwork and his hands. Those are things that he can improve, by cheating more against certain hitters. I think experience will help him with his footwork and his hands. Those are really the two biggest things that he has, and that he needs to improve upon. You can improve upon those things. Those repetition things you can improve upon. Arm strength you can't, and he has plenty of arm strength. He can throw the ball behind third base to get the runner out. We've seen a lot of plays that he's made over the last few weeks and really the last few months that he can throw that ball pretty good. He's got a good arm. So that's not an issue. Those other issues are his feet, like I said, and his hands. Now, Beatty has improved defensively across the board from what he was last year. But the problem is with his bat. If you trade for him, you have to understand that if you make a trade for him, he doesn't have a fast bat. He is not a hitter that hits a real good fastball. And if you have a hitter that can't hit a fastball, you're going to have a major problem, because then going up against a 95 plus, 96, 97, 98 mile per hour fastball, it's going to get him out. He's going to swing and miss a lot of it. He's going to hit a lot of foul balls, and he's just not going to be very effective. That's the biggest issue with Brett Beatty as a player. If he was a really good hitter, I would tell you that. I would be very confident in that. But I'm not confident that he's a major league hitter. He's been a very good minor league player. But when you get to the major leagues, that is a major jump for every player in the majors. Now, you let me know what you think about this video. And, of course, where do you think he's going to get traded? If he gets traded, Mets haven't given up on him. So this is all still up in the air with him. His career with the Mets is still up in the air. They think still highly of him, that he's on the taxi squad for this postseason. So he's still around. So they still think he can contribute. They still think he can help them. So you let me know what you think about that. And, of course, hit the subscribe button before you go, and I'll see you later.